Alrighty YouTube, welcome back to Farmy. Last time you guys saw me, we took this 400 back out of here with this 704 automatic attached to it, and in its place, we stuck an NV3500 5-speed manual. We discovered the T5 wasn't gonna work with this small block 400 because this bell housing is meant for a 153 tooth flywheel, whereas this has a 168 tooth, so we had to make a last minute decision and throw a different transmission on the back. Now that it's all bolted in here, we can move on to actually making the thing work properly. So the first thing I wanna jump right into is the clutch setup, because I wanna make sure that works before we get too far building a cross member for it and everything just to find out that it doesn't work. So I guess just as a refresher, we have a stock style clutch on the back, and the transmission uses a hydraulic throw bearing, a factory style one, much like the one I pulled out here. Sticking out of the transmission, you can see there's a little braided line sticking on my spark plugs. That runs to this bottom fitting here with an adapter into this funky roll pin fitting. That guy will be attaching to a factory S10 master cylinder, which luckily this truck was originally a manual truck, so that will bolt right in. We just need an adapter to go to an AN line that matches that. Much like this guy over here. This is an Earl's adapter. I don't know if my GoPro's picking that up, but -3 to 12 mil flare. That 12 mil is a metric bubble fitting, which is actually kind of strange, but this should do the job. That will work beautifully. Here we go. Now, I actually don't know if I have proper nuts to fit these studs because I'm pretty sure they're going to be metric, so bear with me. I'm going to go see what I can find. Okay, good news. Luckily for me, I had in my stash of spare S10 bolts the exact nuts that are supposed to go with this. They're like a little locking style nut so that this never actually moves on your firewall. Let's go slap that in there. This should hopefully just bolt in. If it doesn't, well, whatever. Oh, this is going to be interesting because this looks like it's been moved to fit the headers. But it's also taking up the same space as the master. There we go. That is an interesting question. I'm not sure how well that will clear headers. This is going to be interesting. I'm going to go bolt that master down before I forget. Okay, that's bolted in there nice and solid. Okay, I say solid, but the firewall is atrocious. There is a lot of stuff in the way here. Oh, this is gonna be very interesting, isn't it? Now there's a spot that fits that's not a huge pain in the ass. I just can't find it. Okay, apparently that's it right there. Wow, these headers don't leave any room. You can't really see what I'm working with here, but this is gonna be interesting. So you can see right now the fitting out of my master cylinder is a little close to that header. I've got like nothing. There's an air gap there, but that's gonna just get cooked. Maybe there's a reason why people don't run manual trans with a V8. Well, there goes all the motivation I just had tonight. The engine can come forward a bunch. I don't think it's gonna be that easy to just slide forward, especially on the angle we're at. Yeah, could you imagine? But I'm not that strong. Aha! Okay, that looks like she's all the way forward. I picture that being an absolute nightmare. Okay, let's see what that did for us. Yikes. It's not horrible, but I am definitely gonna need a 45-degree adapter at least. I also need a new spark plug because I broke one of them. Get that from the store tomorrow. We can hopefully do some other stuff though. We just have to hope that the clutch is gonna work. Oh well. The second part of this install is a clutch pedal. Now I happen to have a factory S10 clutch pedal, and if you can see, Farmy has a small brake pedal. So this is actually a factory manual truck, which means that pedal will be able to bolt right up in there. Yeah, right there, right where that hole is in the middle of the screen, that's where the pedal's gonna bolt in. Now I can kind of see this install being a little bit of a pain. Not only is there the bolt that goes through and obviously the pin for the master cylinder, but there's this big spring that you gotta wind up so that pedal actually has some spring force. As to how that goes, I can't remember actually. The pedal has evidence of where on this shaft where you can see a spring was sitting. My thought is kind of like this. it's gotta be like wrapped way tight. Let's see if we can work out where that's supposed to go. I don't see anything like super obvious. I wonder if there isn't a way I can like cage that spring back. I don't know how well you can see this, but I kind of coiled that spring back with a screwdriver. I'm gonna try to see if I can't stuff it all up in here. Dang it. This is not easy. God damn it. Ah, fuck. Oh my God, I can't believe that worked. Oh, but did it though? Hold up, that might have worked. I just need to try to get a bolt in there now. Okay, I got it. We got it. Except I think the bolt has to go the other way. And that fucking sucks. Okay, so I need to be able to push the brake pedal out of my way to get this bolt in properly. And being that there's vacuum brakes, well, I've made a way to actuate the vacuum brakes in theory. It might help. Okay, in my sleep-deprived, burnt-out from work rage, I had the realization that I could just unbolt the master cylinder and make my life a little easier getting the brake pedal out of the way. I was seriously ready to remove my brake lines and have to bleed them until I realized, wait a second, I can just do this. So that should hopefully give me the clearance I need to push this brake pedal down out of the way so I can put the bolt in that hole there. And that spring doesn't want to let it stay where it needs to. And then the brake pedal is also being a pain. Oh, I got it. Ow, I got it. I got it. What a royal pain in my ass. I've seriously been fighting with this clutch pedal for well over an hour now. Okay. There's the clutch pedal. Now we just need to make sure. We need to see if the master cylinder will work. I don't know why it wouldn't. Of course it doesn't fit. Why would it? Oh, I really wish I would have known this before I put it in here. This is so fucking stupid. There we go. The other last thing to put in is the clutch switch. No idea if it even works. Take out the jumper wire someone put in and plug in the clutch safety wire. And in theory, that should be all we need to do in here. Okay, it's the next day. I ended up stopping at the parts store after work and I picked up a 90-degree -3 AN fitting. I wanted to get a 45, but they didn't have any in -3, so this is kind of the next best option. It should hopefully fit without any issues. I might have to reroute the line and I might have to dent my header as well, but that's whatever. Let's see, the 90, I might be able to sneak that around here. Let's see. Actually, that's not so bad. Aha, look at that. That's pretty good. Clutch system basically installed. I do need a line for my reservoir. I don't know if I have any 5/16 line though. I can at least chuck the header back on and see how horrible this fitment is though. That looks way better. Okay, now that's better, but it's not perfect. So I do think we need to clearance that just a little bit. Yeah, that looks so excessive, but if you've ever seen the Engine Master episode where they've dented a set of headers, they proved it doesn't matter how many dents you have in. It really has no effect on your horsepower. All right, we got the header back installed in there, and I can confirm we have a ton more room for that fitting. That was perfect. I can show you the video clip I recorded for TikTok here. There you go. Beautiful. Let's take this back out so that we can get a line hooked up to the master from my reservoir, which is supposed to go somewhere up here. Actually, yeah, there's holes for it. All right, I have returned with a fuel line. Give her the snip. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeehaw. Let's get some fluid in there. Let's see if that master will gravity bleed. If not, then we have problems. This looks like the fluid level might be slowly dropping. Find out in the next 5 minutes here. Oh shit, it's already dripping. Hello? That was fast. Stick the clutch line on. Now the fun part of bleeding the slave. I actually have no idea how I'm gonna record this part, so I'm just gonna try to stuff you guys in there and hope for the best. All right, let's see if this bad boy will gravity bleed. Wouldn't that be nice? Oh, whoa, I can see fluid moving through the braided line. Oh, cool. It's like a clear line with a braided sheath. Oh, that is wild. I don't know if you can see that on camera or not. That's really cool. Hey, we got fluid. I'm gonna tighten that and go push the pedal. Okay, well the pedal has absolutely no feel in it, so I'm gonna try to pressure bleed this by myself. And if you've never self-bled anything before, it's kind of fun. We need a stick with a clutch pedal. And the hope is we can jam that into the seat. Open the bleeder, close the bleeder, rinse and repeat, and hopefully it'll work. Okay, well, already on the first press, I got a ton more fluid out of it. Pulling stick out now. Oh, yeah. Oh, look how much fluid that sucked in. Okay, I'm just kind of poking the pedal with my stick. Jam it again and release some fluid. And actually just sitting here pushing the pedal over and over has already stiffened it up quite a bit. Oh my God. That's getting... Holy shit. Wow, that's got pedal pressure. And now I release the bleeder. Oh, what a mess. Strange, my clutch pedal all of a sudden has no feel, unless that's just how these hydraulic bearings work on these newer transmissions. I mean, it feels like it's working pretty good now. I don't know, it feels about as clutchy as any other stock clutch I've ever used. I think I'm just overthinking it. It's probably fine. Okay, I've made an interesting discovery while I was crawling underneath this turd. The factory crossmember is meant to sit on 2 of those 3 holes. I've made the genius discovery that if I tuck this up there, I'll show you the factory location. If you can see, that stud isn't anywhere close to lining up. If I align the front hole of the crossmember with the rearmost hole back here, and then line the holes up for the crossmember on this side, hopefully you're able to see the mount is actually in the hole. It's not exactly optimal to mount that crossmember with only 3 bolts, but you can bet your ass I'm going to. Okay, there's 2 more things I want to do before I call it a video. Did you really silicone this on here too? Huh. Rivets and silicone. Someone actually cared. And then this atrocious little donkey. Yeah. This thing needs to go, because mustache duct tape ain't cutting it for me. Let's see if I have something to fit that. All right, here is the big unanswered question. Here is the shifter from the NV3500. which is obviously a second gen S10 part. This is a first gen, specifically Rat 10's original shifter. Don't know if they actually fit or not. It does seem like it does. Oh yes, dude. I can run my original beer tap. Okay, I gotta find where I put those bolts. Okay, I found the bolts I misplaced. Now first off, I'm gonna take this one back out of here, and I'm gonna put on just a basic 5-speed shifter and knob that I have. And the shifter's kind of janky, but let's see. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, reverse. Yay! Oh, that's sweet. All right, now for the real shifter. I don't have Rat 10's original beer tap to go with it, so this Budweiser one will have to be a good substitute. The original one is still in Rat 10, actually. It's in the door. I keep it in there. It's kind of like a memory. There we go. And there we go. I think the red beer tap actually suits Farmy a little better. Oh, I forgot the, dang it, I forgot the shift boot. Oh, I missed having that beer tap. Oh, I forgot how sloppy an original shifter was. That makes me a lot happier. Bam, 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 bam. I am such a loser. God, I can't wait to drive this. V8 with a 5-speed? That's gonna be fun. Well, I hate to leave the video kind of short, but I really didn't have motivation to work on this thing this week. So the fact that I at least got the transmission done and the clutch working and the shifter in, that makes me really happy. And apologies for the short video, but we got some fun stuff coming. Either way, I hope you enjoyed watching that, and I hope you come back for more. Thanks for watching.